Right now, as you're watching this, your brain is fighting against you. Not because it hates you, but because it's trying to protect you. Yeah, sounds crazy, right? The very organ that's supposed to make you smarter, stronger, more disciplined is actually sabotaging you. But here's the twist. What if the reason you can't stay consistent, resist distractions, or stick to your goals isn't a lack of willpower, but outdated brain wiring? Think about it. Every time you try to focus, your brain screams for a dopamine hit. That quick scroll, that tiny snack, that just 5 minutes break. You're not lazy. You're addicted to instant gratification. It's not your fault. It's neuroscience. Your brain's reward system was designed thousands of years ago for survival, not for YouTube algorithms and endless notifications. The world has hacked your brain chemistry, and it's time to hack it back. So here's the promise. By the end of this video, you'll understand why discipline feels so hard, and how to rewire your brain so it actually craves it. We'll break down the neuroscience of habits, dopamine detox strategies, and the secret behind motivation psychology. Because once you learn how to trick your brain, you'll stop chasing motivation and start training your mind to love the grind. The hidden battle between dopamine and discipline. Here's the truth most people never hear. Your brain isn't built for discipline. It's built for survival. Every decision you make goes through the same ancient filter. Does this feel good right now? That's dopamine at work, the chemical that drives motivation and desire. But here's the kicker. It doesn't care whether you're chasing success or scrolling through TikTok. It only wants that next hit. That's why discipline feels like a fight, because it literally is one. You're battling millions of years of evolution that equate effort with danger and comfort with safety. Imagine your brain as a toddler in a candy store. Every flashy app, every notification, every dopamine spike screams, "Pick me." And you're the exhausted parent trying to say no. That's what makes self-discipline so hard. The modern world floods your mind with micro-rewards, likes, messages, sugar, novelty, all hijacking your brain's reward system. No wonder a dopamine detox feels like withdrawal. You're not weak. Your brain has just been reprogrammed by overstimulation. It's neuroscience, not character failure. But here's where it gets interesting. Once you understand how dopamine and discipline interact, you can flip the script. You can rewire your brain for success by linking effort with pleasure, turning discomfort into satisfaction. That's how elite performers stay consistent. Not because they love pain, but because they've hacked their habit loop. They've learned to make the process the reward. And if you're wondering how to do that for yourself, well, that's exactly where we're heading next. Why motivation fails and consistency wins. Motivation is like that unreliable friend who hypes you up one day and ghosts you the next. It feels great in the moment, that spark of energy, that sudden, "I'm gonna change my life" rush, but it fades faster than your morning coffee buzz. Neuroscience explains it. Dopamine spikes when you anticipate a reward, not when you do the work. That's why you feel pumped planning your goals, but drained when it's time to take action. Motivation psychology shows us that chasing feelings is a trap, because discipline isn't emotional, it's structural. Ever notice how starting a new habit feels exciting for a few days, and then suddenly, it's like pulling teeth? That's the dopamine crash. Your brain expected the same reward rush it got at the beginning, and when it doesn't get it, it rebels. That's where most people quit, thinking they lost motivation. But the truth? They just didn't build a system. Successful people don't rely on hype, they rely on habit loops. They turn what feels like a choice into something automatic. That's how they overcome procrastination and keep moving even when it's boring. Here's a trick. Make consistency your identity, not your mood. Tell yourself, "I'm the kind of person who finishes what I start." It sounds simple, but this subtle brain hack reshapes your neural pathways. Your mind starts craving that sense of completion. It's a dopamine reset based on progress, not pleasure. Over time, this rewiring creates what I call quiet momentum, that steady force that keeps you going long after motivation disappears. And to build that kind of mind, you'll need to understand the hidden machinery behind habit formation, which is exactly what we'll uncover next. The habit loop, how your brain automates behavior. Here's where the magic happens, or the sabotage. Every habit you have, good or bad, runs on the same invisible script. Cue arrow routine, arrow reward. That's the habit loop. Your brain loves efficiency, so it hardwires repetitive actions to save mental energy. The problem? It doesn't care whether the routine is hitting the gym or hitting snooze. Once the loop is in place, it runs on autopilot. And breaking it feels like trying to steer a ship after it's already hit full speed. That's why breaking bad habits feels impossible. Your brain has literally rewired itself around them. Let's make this real. Imagine you sit down to work, and your brain instantly craves a tiny reward. Maybe a quick scroll through Instagram. That's the cue. The routine is grabbing your phone. The reward is the dopamine hit. Boom. Your brain locks that loop tighter each time you repeat it. But here's the good news. You can hijack that same system to build self-discipline. Swap the reward, not the cue. If the cue is sitting to work, make the reward something positive, like a great playlist, a short walk, or even crossing a task off your list. Neuroscience of habits shows that rewiring your brain isn't about force, it's about redirection. You're not deleting the loop, you're redesigning it. Over time, your brain chemistry and motivation realign, associating effort with satisfaction. And once your brain starts craving productive routines, consistency becomes your default. That's the secret behind how to reprogram your mind, not by fighting the old habit, but by training your mind to choose a better one. But even when you master the habit loop, there's still one enemy left, the war against instant gratification. And that's what we'll dive into next. The war between instant gratification and long-term growth. Let's be honest, your brain loves shortcuts. It's obsessed with instant gratification, the ping of a notification, the taste of junk food, the quick hit of validation. It's all dopamine addiction disguised as pleasure. The problem? Every time you give in, you reinforce the idea that comfort equals reward. That's why long-term goals feel dull in comparison, because they don't deliver that immediate dopamine rush. Your brain's reward system is stuck in survival mode, chasing what feels good now instead of what makes you thrive later. Here's a wild thought. Delayed gratification isn't about punishment. It's about reprogramming pleasure. When you delay the reward, you train your brain to find satisfaction in effort, not escape. Think about athletes, entrepreneurs, or even artists who seem unstoppable. They've mastered how to trick their brain, finding excitement in the grind itself. It's not magic, it's neuroscience self-control. Each time they resist an impulse, they strengthen neural pathways tied to focus, willpower, and long-term success. Over time, the hard stuff becomes the fun stuff. Try this simple exercise. Next time you feel that urge to procrastinate, pause for just 10 seconds. Observe the craving without obeying it. That tiny gap rewires your brain chemistry. It's like a mini dopamine detox. Do it often enough, and you start building resilience, one micro decision at a time. The more you practice, the stronger your self-control muscle becomes. And soon you'll realize, discipline isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. But to truly enjoy that freedom, you have to understand how to make your brain fall in love with discipline itself, which is exactly what's coming next. How to make your brain love discipline. Here's the part no one tells you. You can train your mind to actually enjoy discipline. It's not about forcing yourself, it's about creating a new kind of pleasure. Neuroscience motivation studies show that when you associate effort with satisfaction, your brain starts releasing dopamine during the process, not just the result. That's how you build momentum. You're literally rewiring your brain to crave progress. It's the ultimate brain hack, shifting your reward system from I have to I get to. Picture this. You're about to work out, and your old self thinks, ugh, this is going to hurt. But your new programming kicks in. This is my dopamine reset. Suddenly, the burn feels rewarding. The brain rewiring happens in real time. Every repetition, every focused hour, every time you resist distraction, your mind learns that effort equals growth. This is how to rewire your brain for success. It's the science of enjoying discomfort, turning every small win into a dopamine boost that keeps you consistent. So, how do you apply it? Start small. Choose one habit and gamify it. Track your streaks, celebrate milestones, reward consistency. You're not just forming habits, you're reshaping your brain chemistry and motivation. That's the real psychology of discipline, transforming hard work into a source of joy. And once your brain starts craving that feeling, discipline stops being a fight and becomes your superpower. But knowing this is just the beginning. The transformation only happens when you apply it. So now you know, discipline isn't about punishing yourself. It's about mastering your brain. You've seen how dopamine drives your decisions, how habit loops run your life, and how instant gratification steals your focus. The question is, what will you do with that knowledge? Will you keep letting your impulses dictate your actions, or will you finally take control of your mind? Because the truth is, your brain is programmable, and every choice you make is a line of code rewriting who you become. Here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, run your own experiment. Pick one habit, just one, and practice delayed gratification. No distractions, no excuses. Observe how your brain reacts, how it resists, how it slowly starts to adapt. That discomfort? That's growth. That's your mind rewiring itself for success. And when you realize that self-discipline can feel good, you'll never go back to chasing motivation again. Now, if this video opened your eyes, if you feel that spark of "I can do this," don't let it fade. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join a community that's training their minds for mastery. Because your brain is ready to change. The only question left is, are you?